Okay, so still February 23rd. um, the next question is, of all the things you've done or accomplished in your life, what has given you the deepest sense of fulfillment? Is that the question I wanted? Hang on. Yeah. Of all the things I've done or accomplished in my life, the deepest sense of fulfillment. Okay, so let me start with the accomplishments that I am proud of, right? So the first thing was when my dad died, right? That was a big life shift for me, and just surviving that was is an accomplishment, right? And I've said before, and I probably said it here, like I wouldn't be who I am today if that hadn't happened to me, because my dad had kind of spoiled me. I was a spoiled kid. I was very entitled and privileged. And at 15, to wake up to the reality that everything, you can lose something as valuable as a parent, just was a mind shift for me. It was a paradigm shift. I appreciated things that I never appreciated before. Um, I just had a different context for the world that some people don't experience until they're much, much, much older. Some people I know haven't lost anybody in their lives until they're in their 40s. Makes a big difference, right? Um, so just being able to embrace the loss and and value it, I think is a big accomplishment, right? And it grounded me and um, makes me who I am today. And I'm very proud of who I am. The other thing, of course, was going to college, graduating amongst all that, right? I was struggling with my mom, life as a teenager with a father who just passed away at 15, 16, 17. I was at college by the time I was 17. Um, so, um, yeah, but graduating college in 4 years, obviously very proud of that. Even some of my friends that I went to school with, they didn't graduate within 4 years. So, um, I was able to do that. And then, of course, law school. Law school was really hard. Last I moved to New York, I was in LA. I was living there for 5 years. I was working in the nonprofit world. I was, doing well as a community organizer, but I decided I want to go to law school. Moved all the way to New York. Um, got an apartment, started going to school full time, no car, winters, humid summers. So, and 3 years I accomplished it. I graduated, I passed the bar exam on the first try. It was a lot of dedication. It was a lot of reading. It was a lot of no socializing, right? Like very minimal. I felt like I didn't know how to interact with people the same. My previous life, I was going to clubs, I was partying, I was socializing, I was meeting people. Uh, Not really much of that in law school. Um, but I graduated and I became a lawyer within 3 years. So that's a big accomplishment. And then, of course, becoming a mom, right? So I graduated in 2008, and then I had Sylvie in 2015. So I guess that was 7 years later. Um, I spent the years becoming a lawyer, kind of being an adult in New York, a professional adult in New York City, and dating, and then met Steve and had my little kids. And so now it's like life is managing my business, right? I own my own business. I'm an attorney. I work for myself. Um, I make money that pays for all the bills and expenses and salary and everything for me. Um, I was able to save up money and buy this house, with a loan, of course, a mortgage, but, um, I was able to put down a down payment. I did the majority of the down payment. So that feels great. And then at the same time, I'm raising two little daughters. I have right now, Sylvie is 5, almost 6. She'll be 6 in May in 3 months. And Olivia turned 4 last month. And I try to be as engaged and involved with them as possible. I really want to nurture their emotional intelligence as well as their spiritual intelligence, for whatever contributions I can make for that at the moment, as well as just being their mom and being that influence for them, especially the emotional stuff that they're not necessarily going to get from other people. So, and reading, and they're super smart. You girls are super smart. So I'm so proud of them. And I get to take credit for some of that. So, yeah, I mean, I'm really proud of my daughters because that's a reflection in some ways of me and my parenting and my bloodline, what I've contributed to the world. And if they're good people, then that's a contribution my legacy that I'm leaving behind. So, of course, I'm very proud of them. I wonder if I could share, if I can think of a recent story to share. I'd like to tell a clever story by the girls, but nothing's coming to me. Not that there's nothing, there's plenty. There's just, which one do I share? I'll think about some and I'll come back and record some good ones. That'll take some thinking. But I will share, Sylvie's an excellent artist. She drew these the other day, so I'll show these. Isn't that cute? So this was done February 2021. So Sylvie's 5 3/4. Oh, she just lost a tooth yesterday. She woke up this morning and the tooth fairy brought her some money. And Grammy also sent a letter that says, "For Sylvie," from the tooth fairy's Grammy. So she got that under her bed. And then she also did this beautiful flower. So that's cool. I like their little artwork. That's Sylvie. And then I'll show you Olivia. Olivia does these great little drawings. So she always draws, I don't know if this is images coming in. There you go. So she's got the legs, and this is always the skirt and the hair. And she even wrote Sylvie's name. This one she spelled it wrong, but she does know how to spell it. I've got another one here. So she got it right on this one. This one has Sylvie's name spelled correctly. And you can see the drawing again with the little skirt and the heart. They're very similar. So she's perfecting this one. Very clever. And Olivia just turned 4 and has very little, she didn't go to school for very long. So she's writing at an exceptional age. I think this is Olivia too. Not very good video of drawings, but anyways, they're very, very good artists. I'm very proud of them in that regard. So those are the accomplishments. And Sylvie's really good at math. They're both really good at math already. Yeah, we're just now, working on being a good parent, not yelling and trying to make sure they know how to communicate without yelling, without using their words to explain how they're feeling. That's my big challenge now is really being their emotional coach. Um, helping them to identify their feelings, and for me to not react, right? Like if I hear Sylvie crying, sometimes I'm like, oh God, why are you crying? But I have to stop and say, oh, I see you're really sad right now. This really makes you sad. And it works. She feels heard, and feels um, understood, and then she winds up stopping so a lot sooner than if I kind of like stop crying. So hopefully I'm not traumatizing her as much by doing those little things. So that's my tangent. Talk to you later.